Hey guys, now we are going to work on user registration and login. So I have already developed the code for this part of the project. So I'm going to go through how to develop it. So if you come down here, here is the HTML part for our registration. So what I did is the first stage is after extending the base.html inside the subcontent block, I'm going to open this form where the method is post. So here each item is inside the form group. If you see, every div tag element is belong to the class form group. All right, form group, form group, form group, form group, all of them, because these all make a single form object. All right, inside it I've created labels and also input types for each of them. And the first one is first name and last name, username, email, password, and also confirm password while registration, and the final is the submit button. So this will help us to create a form that is going to accept details or else enter details for the user registration. So if you start running your application, so right now my application is running, I come back here and from index page I go to register. Let's see what happens now. Here is the user registration page. You can actually enter details regarding what you want to give the details for the user, and you can test this out. But this doesn't work unless you actually handle the request. All right, so this is the part where we actually go to the application.py, and here after going down you can see I have already set up the database and everything before. So you just need to follow along this course because we have already learned how to set up the database, how to actually get the bootstrap and everything. Alright, so here is a register part of our application. If you see, the first thing is I'm checking whether the request is post or not. If it's not post, it's just going to return this template. If it is post, the first thing it does is it's going to take all the details from the form, and the first thing it does is it will check whether the password and the confirm password are equal or not. So if this doesn't match, it's gonna show a flash message saying passwords do not match, you need to try again, and then returning the template. Alright, so if the passwords do match, now it's going to squeeze all the details out of the user details by first name, last name, username, email, password. And what it's going to do is it's going to create a cursor and execute this command. What it will do, it's going to insert all the details into this user table in according to this attributes, but while actually saving the password, it's going to use the hash, generate password hash. Alright, and then it's going to commit the whatever it's executed and then close the cursor, and everything goes according to what we have done. It's going to show a flash message saying registration is successful, and then redirect it to login. Why? Because the user has created his account, now he has to log in. Alright, let's go ahead and test the registration part. And I'm here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and I'm going to give some data. Like the first thing I'm going to do here is which details shall we give? The first one will be Frank, and then the last one will be Frank Hofstadter, and then username will be Frank_123, and the email will be frank@gmail.com, and the password will be let's just give it as 123 ABC, and then confirm password 123 ABC. Now let's just hit submit. You see, registration successful, please log in. So if you do have any doubts, come back here. Now if you run the select star command, it's going to show Frank here. Alright, although it's showing John because I have tested this application after building it, so you don't have to do that. So Frank is the user that we have created right now. Alright, so now the login part. So let's go ahead and see what's the login. You see there are two items inside this form, username and password. So let's see how we have did that. So go to the login.html. You can actually see extending base.html, and inside the content Just as we have done for register.html, we have used the div tag and also the form and the class and the div form groups, and instead of first name, last name and every other detail, all we are needing here is username, password and the button submit. Alright, after you write this code, this page will appear for you. Alright, so what should we do after entering the details? So come back to the app.py. Now it's time to actually handle the login request. So come down here. So if you actually see, we have done a bunch of stuff here. So first we need to check whether it is a request post or not. If it's not post, we are just going to return the template, and if it is post request, we are going to squeeze the details from the request using the request.form, and we are going to grab the username and password. The first thing we are going to do is create a cursor and execute this command. What it will do, it will first check whether there is a user existing with the username or not. So select star from user where username is equal to this username, the user what he has submitted to us. And then the result, if there is any result, we're going to fetch the first one, and now we are going to check whether the passwords match or not. And after matching the passwords, we're going to say session login equal to true. Here we're using the session variables because we need to know whether the user is logged in or not. After setting the session variable login and then saving the first name and the last name, where are we going to use this? Inside the flash message, we're going to use the session first name. You have successfully logged in. And then if the passwords do not match but the user exists with a username, then we're going to say close the cursor, passwords does not match, and return the login HTML template. And if user doesn't exist, we're going to say user not found and return this template. Alright, this is a long process, but still it is quite easy. Alright, so let's go ahead and run our application and come down here, Frank 123, and the password is 123 ABC. Wait, 123 ABC. Now hit submit button. Now this must log in us. No, the user is not found. Why? Because the username is Frank underscore 123. That's where we have got it wrong. Frank underscore 123, and now the password is 123 ABC. Now hit the submit button. It says passwords does not match because we have given a wrong password. Now Frank, all I'm doing this is to make sure that our application works well. 123 ABC. Now hit submit. Now you can see welcome Frank. It says the name. You have been successfully logged in. So this is how you can actually go ahead and develop registration and login for our website. So I hope you do very well in this part, because this is an applicative part. All the before lectures are just learning part. So all the best, and let's get to the next lecture.